Live. Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to FTB Sports Football. And tonight it's the Liverpool preview show. I am Stitches, FTB Stitches. If you want to find me on socials, I've got the lovely Pato, our queen on the show. She's here, our Merseyside correspondent, our direct link to the Scouse heartland. Welcome to the show, Pato. How you doing?
Oh, I'm fine, thank you, and welcome back, Stitches. Leaving me
Thank
in the
you.
list.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You know, real life comes first sometimes. You know, and the missus,
I
my
understand.
missus, she gets the trump card when it comes to Valentine's, and there was no way I was going to be able to wangle that one. I'll fully admit it. Anyway, I'm here today, and Stoney, good to see you again, my brother. Welcome back
Thank you
onto
very
the
much,
show.
sir. Thank you.
Are we ready tonight? I'm feeling a positive vibe, you know. I'm feeling a positive vibe, and I'm gonna talk about why shortly. But first of all, we'd like to say, please like, share, subscribe, and if you subscribe, please hit the bell so that you get all the alerts as to when our shows are coming on. We've got loads of content for you guys, and you know, we'd love you to join us. We'd love to see your opinions. We'd like you to put comments in. And we just like to know what you think about, you know, what we're saying and our topics, etc. Right, before we get into it tonight, right, there's one thing I want to do. We've already got someone here with a comment. We'd like to big up James Aspinall. James, thank you for tuning in. And I think you're known to our queen on the show. Pato, he says, hello, Pato. No nicknames here. You'll never walk alone.
Hello, Jim. Jim the Red. I've nicknamed Jim the Red. You are now knighted as Jim the Red. Jim the Red is the flag man. He's
right.
The flag man from Anfield. I've met Jim in Kiev, coming home with a broken foot. Jim helped me and his friends. I think they missed their flight, didn't you guys? If I remember right, that was some trip. What a trip! You stuck at the border for 8 hours, weren't we, guys? But it was you know,
brilliant. So James, I can't call you.
And Jim. We're going to be getting you on the show. Jim's going to be coming on the show soon. See you soon, Jim.
Yeah, see you soon. So I can't call you James Aspinall anymore. I'm going to have to refer to you as Jim the Red because the Queen has spoken. And what she says goes on this show. So that's how it is. Right. Guys, what a few days it's been, eh? Right? You know, from the Valentine's Eve massacre at Leicester, which I know you guys have covered. We're not going to talk about that too much. To malicious rumors in social media talking about Klopp having a breakdown, talking about, you know, we're done out here, the club's done, players are done, it's all over, talking about fights in the changing room, apparently Alisson and Robertson squaring up and Ali giving him a fat lip, which made me laugh when I heard it because I just don't think Alisson's that kind of guy. He's a born again Christian. Seems a very mild character with his guitar. Seems like that chilled, cool surfer dude. I don't really see him getting up in anyone's face. Apparently, it's happened twice. I'm not believing that. Like, what did you make of these rumors that was coming out this weekend?
I don't believe some of it.
So, what bits did you believe?
I'm not saying too much, but I think we should wait for the books. Listen, if it did go on, it'll get kept within the foundation, within the club. They're not going to spill the beans about it. It'll be privately dealt with if it did. Come on, things do happen.
Yeah.
All sun and roses in the dressing room. Let's get real. Remember
but Alisson, though.
Kicked the boot that Beckham cut his eye.
But Alisson, though, really? Alisson?
Listen, they say the quiet ones are the worst.
Fair enough. Stoney, what do you think about this, brother? Do you believe in this?
Well, I don't know. Look, do you know? I think it's probably similar to what Pat was saying. We've all watched football long enough. Some of us have actually been involved in football, probably played it at different levels, or watch our family members have probably played at different levels. We all know at some stage there's going to be a disagreement. So if there is, I'm similar, you know, the same thing as well. Just keep it in house. We don't need anybody leaking any footage. We don't need anybody leaking any images. it is what it is. But I don't want to read anything too much into it. If it does happen, if it adds that little bit more hunger and the little bit of desire that we may have been missing in the last few games, then we'll embrace it. But I don't want us to read too much into it. Not at all.
Look, it could be something that's happened really minute and it's been blown out of proportion and, you know, snowballed as rumours do. So, but
Leave it.
It's not going to be all peace and quiet and harmony. And
Yeah.
But listen, Liverpool love. They all love each other and everything's fine. And we've got a game tomorrow, so let's get to Leipzig.
Yeah, I mean, well, before we go into that, so you know, we've just given our views on what's going on, and we've said our piece. But what's interesting is that we've had a press conference from Klopp since then, where he came out in real bullish character to make it beyond reasonable doubt. I'm not taking a break. I'm not walking away. I'm up for the challenge. And he seemed in fine fettle, which really reassured me, because I can't lie, there was a little bit of concern. There's a little bit of concern because he'd been quite emotional in the post-match press conference, and you know, he's a human. He wears his heart on his sleeve, and that's part of why we love him so much. But what I also loved was Henderson with his press conference coming out, and he just laughed off the rumours. And you're right, maybe it did happen, maybe it didn't happen. But the fact that he just came on, it was just kind of like, yeah, that was funny thinking about Ali and Robbo fighting. And he was just like, that made me laugh. But we're on to the game. And the other thing I really liked was he took responsibility and the team took responsibility. He was like, listen, everyone's piling on the manager and the manager's always got our back. But fundamentally, us players have to go out there and show up. You know, we got to do it for him now, and I really like that attitude. It shows that the team is still with Klopp. He's still got his back. He's still a cohesive unit, regardless of what the media might say or fans that are a bit plastic might say or whatever else. So yeah, I love that. I mean, what did you make of the press conferences today?
I thought Jürgen. We actually discussed all this the other day, didn't we?
Yeah.
About him having to, you know, we all said we thought he should take a break, but we also discussed about the fact that some people need to carry on. They need to hold on and carry on, do it. That's how they cope. That's their coping mechanism. And I think he addressed that and answered that today.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he said. He said that's how he copes. That's his mechanism, how he works. Also, he is called the normal one.
Yeah.
So he's being normal. He's grieved probably in private. He grieves his private life. He makes it private, that is his private life. He says he switches off.
Yeah.
Yeah. To switch off. What do you say? I've been a manager for 30 years. So he understands about life outside. Yeah. And he appreciates his life outside. So I think he's definitely grieved, you know, and we don't know how long his mum was sick for, do we?
Yeah. Yeah, well, he kind of alluded to that.
How, you know, sport. And regarding with the team, again, it's out of what's been going on, out of his control. And I think he's had enough of the rumour and he's saying, put it to bed. Shut up, I'm fine. I'm great, I'm fine. I'm eager to get on. Leave me alone.
Yeah, absolutely. So without much further ado, let's get straight into it, right? Another opportunity for us in a tournament that we absolutely love, right? You and I know that when it gets to Champions League, it's a different vibe. We are Champions League royalty. Yes, I said it. I don't care what any rival fan said, right? Yeah, we're going after number 7. It doesn't matter what we're going through. I mean, who would have thought we would have won number 5 with Igor Bishkan and Jimmy Traore in the team? But we did. Yeah. Right, so that's what we're about. We're a big boy team. When it comes to big boy European nights, we step up our game. So Leipzig, away for us, and although it's a home tie for Leipzig, still an away game in a weird sort of way. Going into this, what do we think the team selection is going to look like? How do you think it's going to go? Pato, I know you're our Anfield correspondent. So you probably got some inside info. So let us know. What do you think the starting lineup is going to be?
Well, believe it or not,
I have got some insight.
Okay, now listen. Okay, so have got inside information with Leipzig, and I can prove it. There's a guy called
wow, you're doing names as well.
He Chan Huang.
Okay.
Right, he played for Salzburg. We beat them 4-3 at Anfield. He scored the first goal. Minamino scored the second, and Haaland scored the third. Do you remember?
Yep.
Okay. So, He Chan Huang.
The striker.
So, I mean, really, I think we should have signed him instead of Minamino.
No.
To be honest. But anyway, he was made up in Anfield. He was the last off the pitch at the end of the game. He was running around. He was like, I believe he's a Liverpool fan. I believe. I'm not saying that he told me, but he's a Liverpool fan. So anyway, he took my phone off me and took a selfie with my phone.
Brilliant.
So since then, we've become friends. So anyway, he told me that be careful that he's going to be switching formation throughout the game. He likes to switch the midfield anyway. They're all players that he makes them, you're there, and now you're there. It's going to be that type of game.
Yeah.
It's tricky to know what formation because he always changes it. In the last group, he won all his home games, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
United, I believe,
Yeah.
So I think my man Huang is going to be on the bench. Unfortunately, put him on the bench. He's going to play. He's going to play our ex-goalie.
Yeah, he is. Galacio. Yeah.
Yeah. He'll be in goal. I'm going to go with Mukalele. Uncampicano, who's going to Bayern Munich, I believe.
50-50. Yeah.
Going to Bayern Munich.
No, deal done.
Orban.
No, he's fitness.
Oh, right, okay.
Oh, okay. Orban, Adams, Sabitzer.
Yes.
Sabitzer. Campi, Angelino.
Yeah.
And Olmo, the Cuckoo, and Poulsen.
Okay.
Kunku.
Yeah, Nkunku. Yeah. Okay.
So how do you think it's going to go, Stoney?
I'd probably similar to what Pato was saying as well. If you look at RB Leipzig's current way that they're currently playing, well, I think they're second, even though it's a different competition. I think they're second in the Bundesliga at the moment, aren't they? They're 4 points behind Bayern Munich, even though Bayern Munich have got a game in hand. So their form's actually good. Oh, this is the last amount of teams that are in the Champions League at the moment. But what RB Leipzig has shown is that they score goals in this competition. They score goals. I mean, they played twice against PSG, 2-1, lost the other one, 1-0. I think they won 3-1 away to Lokomotiv Moscow. They won 4-3 away to Istanbul. They won 3-2 against United, remember as well. So they're capable of scoring goals. Danger men, I'm looking at this centre-back, which is Willy Orban, tidy centre-back, and that Sabitzer that you just mentioned, Pato, in midfield. I believe he's going to be the danger man.
Yeah, my danger man.
Yeah, Willy Orban and Sabitzer, I think, is going to be the danger man. And their manager as well. I mean, they showed quite a lot in their games, especially in the Champions League as well. Their manager switches formations. They can start in 4-4-2. They can switch to 4-3-3, 3-5-2, or 3-4-3 as well. So I think for us as a team, we have to be really mindful of the way in which they're actually playing and how they're switching. Bearing in mind, we've been caught out against Man City in the second half when they changed to 4-4-2. And we've also been caught out by Leicester when Leicester moved from the 4-2-3-1 to the 4-3-3 as well. So I think we really have to be mindful as a club, the switching in formations. So I think it's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be a really good game, goal scoring game as well.
Yeah, I think as well that Nkunku.
Yeah.
If he's on fire, if he's on form, he's a danger. But he's that type of player, if you frustrate him, he gets a big cobble. It's like Balotelli. And then no, honestly, if we frustrate him, he'll give up if they play him. And I'll tell you who's another one to watch as well. Angelino wasn't.
I was gonna
Man
touch
City.
on him.
He's better for Leipzig than he was for Man City.
Man City, yeah.
What's he done? How many goals is it? 6 goals. Has he got 11 assists?
Yeah, he's good.
I think. Yeah. And also, didn't Leipzig? We got knocked out by Real Madrid last campaign. Yeah.
Right.
They went and beat them the next, didn't they?
Yeah, they're good. They're a good team.
Yeah.
Very good team.
So.
Atletico Madrid, we got knocked out by.
2-0.
Yeah. They hit us on the counter on the break, and they
knocked by them, and then they beat them. Sorry, they're wrong.
Yeah.
No worries. Listen.
Madrid, don't like Madrid, remember?
Yeah. So here's the thing. You guys are listen. I bow to your knowledge. You guys are, you guys come prepared to this show. No one can say we don't know what we're talking about. So big up to both of you. I was going to actually pay a little bit of credit to RB Leipzig, because in the German league, it just comes like at the end of every season, Bayern Munich just picks the best players from the opposition, and just bolsters their team. It's clear they're doing that with Pacano. Nakano, I'm going to call him, for the ensuing season. That's already a deal done, and they've moved very astutely to get that deal in place. But you're right. This team always seems to come back with even more threats. I mean, they've lost Werner, who everyone was bigging up. He's not tearing it up in the league, but they've lost him, and he was a very important player for them as well. I think they also had another centre back, Kanate, who's now being touted as a player to be linked. So there's a lot of quality that comes out of that team. We're being linked to him. So there's a lot of quality in that team. I think you're right when you mention Sabitzer. He's always gonna be a threat. And Campbell impressed me in previous times. But you're right. The creative force seems to be Angelino, the ex-Man City player, and we really have to be on guard. And I'm really impressed with Nagelsmann.
Yes,
right?
He's a good manager.
Listen, I don't even want to say what I'm about to say, but if what I'm about to say disaster should happen, and the world come to an end, and we need another manager, he would be one of the first names out of my mouth. And recently I've learned that he watches us a lot. He watches all our matches, so that means he's going to have a lot of insight into how we do what we do. And we're going to be very careful, you're right, because his formation is situational. These players have the ability to switch formation based on what's going on in the game or where they are positionally. And that is kind of part of our superpower as well. The fact that we morph depending on where we are in the pitch and the way that the opposition's playing and where we press. So I'm going to see a very tactically astute game, a lot of energy, and I think it will be very entertaining, regardless of how many goals it is on the night. But again, always looking forward to my team playing. So we've done formation for Leipzig. Let's talk about LFC's formation. How are we lining up? Who do we think starts? And how do you think we go into this game, Pato? What do you think we're going to be doing?
What worries me, I really want Hendo to be in the midfield, because we need him at this game, especially with that midfield that we're up against.
Yeah.
Whether he puts him there, I don't know, because Milner's didn't train.
No.
He's got a tweak of the hamstring.
Yeah. Who else didn't train?
Fabinho.
Yeah, Fabinho didn't train.
Fabinho.
Well, David back. I think it's going to be Trent, Kabak. I think I hate saying it, but I think he's going to put Hendo again in the back. Robbo, and I think again it's going to be Curtis Jones, Gini Wijnaldum. God, my head's gone blank.
Thiago.
And Thiago. Yeah, Thiago. Yeah, Thiago was training.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to think. He was, yeah, he did. He's trained today.
And how do you think we're going to line up front?
He was training. Ben Davis was training. Oh, Keller wasn't training.
Okay.
The goalie
Wasn't training. Okay.
And
what about the front three? What's the front looking like?
Oh, Salah, Mane, and Firmino.
And Firmino. You think we're going to go with our big boys? Okay. Stoney, what were your thoughts on it?
I'm going to try and go. I'm going to try and go something a little bit left field here. All right.
Okay.
And with this, it shows that I'm probably never ever going to be a professional manager. All right. But just hear me out with this craziness for a minute. All right.
I won't shout at you. I won't shout at you.
So I believe that we're going to remain with Alisson in goal.
Yeah.
We're going to remain with Robertson left back, Kabak and Henderson.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I forgot my goalie. I'm in goal. It's me.
You're in goal.
I've just got a plane to catch soon.
Right. So no problem. So yeah, Alisson, Henderson, Kabak, and Henderson, Kabak, and Robbo.
Yep.
Right back. This is the left field bit here, right? I wonder if he's going to play Nico Williams at right back. And I wonder if he would slot Trent into midfield. So it's Trent, Curtis Jones, and Gigi in the middle of the park. And then we just go for the normal three up top. I can't ever see it happening, but I wonder if he would, bearing in mind that Trent can actually play in midfield. That's because I'm thinking about Shaq at the moment. He's come on the last 2 games. Probably hasn't made the impact that he probably would have liked to have made himself. But I'm not too sure. Yeah, I'm not too sure about whether Shaq's going to be there, and I'm not too sure whether Thiago's going to start either. I've been thinking about it all day, and yeah, definitely Gigi, definitely Curtis, but I cannot think who that third midfielder is going to be. I can't see it being Shaq, and I can't see it being Thiago. So that's where I think is going to be a little surprise for us.
He's sent to the back. He's trying to fill Virgil's boots.
Yeah. So
fill that space if we move him up front.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm in agreement with Pato in terms of the defensive line. Like it goes without saying, I think Ali starts in goal.
Yeah,
I think that's not even going to be questioned. I think the centre back pairing is going to be Kabak and Hendo. Unfortunately, I say, because I just feel like I heard a rumor in the week that Ben Davis took a knock. I don't know, and Klopp likes to do that thing where you train 2 full sessions with the first team before you're considered for selection. And I just don't know. He may be fit, but I don't think he would have had enough training sessions to be able to play this game. So I think we go with Hendo.
He did train today, and I think he went on the plane.
Yeah. So, I mean, he maybe...
And
Origi, yeah, we forgot about him.
He's gone as well. He's on the plane, isn't he?
So, for me, I think that's a good shout, Nico Williams on the right back. I think that's a very good shout. But whether or not he will risk that at this stage, I think Nico may come on, but I don't think he'll start. Just the same as I think Robertson starts, but we're going to have Shimikas ready to deputise if the game is going in our favour and it's getting into like the 65th, 70th minute just to rest their legs. The midfield is where it's going to be interesting for me. I think we have no choice but to go with Ginny. But I think that you might see Naby Keita.
I think so.
I think you might see Naby Keita. So I'm hearing he's been on some specialist program, right, where they've treated his injury as a long-term injury. Like, even though it wasn't, just to make sure that his conditioning and everything's right. So he's been on a specialist program from what I heard. I wouldn't be surprised.
He went on the plane. I think he stayed here.
Really? Okay, well, if he's not in the squad...
He stayed and he hasn't got on the plane.
Right, so if he's not in the squad, then he doesn't start. But if he had been, then that would have been a shout that I would have had him starting. I think Ginny has to start. And it's, for me, I wouldn't be surprised to see Shaq instead of Thiago. It'll be between Shaq and Curtis, in my opinion, because I think the front three is going to be the front three. The only thing he might do is rest Firmino and start Origi instead. I don't really see that happening, but I think Origi will get minutes. But I think we're going to want to go and make our mark on this game and get a score, an away goal, and get that in the bank. I think we definitely can't afford to lose this. I think we've got to get our noses ahead. We've got to go for it because that goal's worth 2 in essence.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to, try and get something out of the game. But either way, it's going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to it as per usual. Love every game we play. So, we've done the formations. Managers. All right. Nagelsmann versus Klopp. Do you know what I mean? What are your thoughts on that? Because one kind of idolizes the other. Do you know what I mean? He openly admits that he takes a lot from Jurgen and the way Jurgen does things. I don't think he's as charismatic as Jurgen Klopp, but how are you scoring him? If you had to score them out of 10, how are you rating them?
In what sense?
In the sense, tactically, in terms of innovation, in terms of man management. Do you know what I mean? What way do you? How does he rate against Jurgen? I'm not saying, obviously, Jurgen's number one. He's the best, right? He's won what he's won. He's done what he's done. But how far off do you think he is? Is he close? Is he? Do you know what I mean? What do you think?
Jurgen's a 10, and Julian's a 6.5.
6.5. Okay. You going the same way, Stoney?
Definitely same thing. I'm always gonna have Jurgen up there, straight 10. Nagelsmann, I'm probably about 8.5. You've got an up and coming managers. What I love are up and coming managers who are not afraid to play in their own image, how they see football being played as well. He's actually got the team playing beautiful football. And going back to what Pato was saying and something I commented before, when you can actually see a manager being able to play 3 or 4 different formations and systems in a game, I will watch that every single day. And that's exactly how he's got RB Leipzig playing at the moment. So he is. Very, 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 very good manager. And that's what I was saying. That's why I think tomorrow's game, in terms of tactics, is going to be a beautiful game to actually watch.
Yeah. And that is it exactly. The fluidity in the way his team plays is reminiscent of us at off our height. We're going to be really hard pressed tomorrow. We're going to have to come with our A game. For me, I give him a 7.5, perhaps an 8. I highly rate this manager. I think, given the fact that, and so I'm going to say something controversial because I know everyone kisses this guy's ass, right? But I'm just not in it.
Listen, Julian hasn't got the Vorsprung technique.
He definitely doesn't, even though he's from that neck of the woods. But I was going to talk about Brendan Rodgers. This guy gets a lot of love, a lot of credit, and people highly rate him. But me personally, and maybe I'm being harsh, right? I think he achieves what that team that he manages is supposed to achieve. The one time that he's perhaps overachieved, in my mind, was at Liverpool. And the thing is, as soon as he lost one player, it fell apart. And that tells me that it was more to do with the perfect storm of those players than him. So hear me out, right? Nagelsmann loses players every single season, but they progress, they improve, they keep challenging. Their football doesn't drop off. You understand? That to me is a real manager stroke coach, right? But Brendan gets that hype and everyone loves it. He got absolutely battered the other night for 70 minutes, and then things went his way. And then all of a sudden, what great tactics from Brendan Rodgers and how fantastic it was. Tell me what game he's won when he's not supposed to have won it.
Okay, for me, I won't be able to give you the answer to all of your questions. They're all valid. As an individual, I still like Brendan Rodgers. I still like the job. All right, I don't want to exclude any of our any of our viewers or anybody, you know, north of the border up in Scotland. So the job that he did at Celtic was wonderful. Let me make sure I remain professional
Didn't
on that,
say it
right?
wasn't. But again, I'll go
Yeah,
back to my point though, Stoney.
yeah, yeah.
Should he not have done that job with that team at that time, with how the
Definitely.
state of Rangers in the league? He didn't do anything
Definitely, that
extraordinary.
was expected of him. That was definitely expected of him. But I just go back to say what he's done down at Leicester, and I mean not even just in terms of how he's actually got them playing, but how he's actually continued to actually develop those players within the squad. And I think that's another sign. This is just my opinion. This is just another sign of a very good manager. Could he ever come back to manage back at Liverpool? I think his time's moved on now. But I still actually think he's a good manager. I do.
I
I
just think
really,
he's the
really
British
do.
darling. I think he's English, so he gets extra
Yeah.
credit. That's
Okay,
as
that's fair
simple.
enough.
That's
That's
my
fair
view, right? It's
enough.
harsh, I know it is, but that's my view. Pato, what do
Yeah.
you think? I mean, on my comments.
I can't say too much because he actually stole my cousin. He was working in the pie shop in the
Stop your
car.
cousin.
He went up and he
Did he give her back?
and we never saw our cousin again.
What?
Talk to me about Brendan Rodgers.
Yeah, okay, so you're not a fan. Should I tell you that you're not a fan? Listen, we've got some excellent comments coming in now. Let me just rush through some of them quickly because we're near on time. Jim the Red, media pundits and plastic fans hate Liverpool. I can't disagree. I just think that when it's with anything to do with us, you get a real hyperbolic reaction. It's just sensationalist. You had Roy Keane having a meltdown. He couldn't wait to jump on us not too long ago. I mean, I'm shocked by people like Rio Ferdinand who actually try to be balanced about the whole thing. The one that really gets to me is pundits like Steve McManaman. And I want to turn the TV off when he's talking sometimes and he's commenting on our matches. I can't take it. And he used to be a hero of mine. But it's like, as soon as you stop being a Liverpool footballer and you're a former footballer, it's like you have to be super harsh. You have to be extraordinary harsh. And I find that a bit out of order because you've been in that position under that pressure. So you should know better. But they don't. And it's never balanced. So that's my views. What do you make of Jim the Red's comments, Pato?
No, I think he's totally right. And thanks for that. It's a great question, Jim the Red. It's totally correct. They love to jump on the bandwagon. Listen, I've got a band member who's supposed to be a toffee tea, and he's got more things of Liverpool. He's got our crest on his Facebook page more than his own crest. I can't get my head around it. Go through my Facebook, it's all Liverpool. Liverpool has got more of things about Liverpool than his own team. We talk about more, so they love getting on our back. They love it when we fail. So
we live rent free in people's heads.
Liverpool love.
Yeah, exactly.
We do. We live rent free. I know United fans, Tottenham fans who chat about us more than they do about their own team.
Yeah.
It's like their team can lose, right? But as long as we lose, it's a good day. They don't even care that they lost. Do you know what I mean? Like, as long as Liverpool's lost, oh yeah, what a great weekend. Do you know what I mean?
Oscar Wilde who said that was a compliment. Who was it said it's a compliment that they talk about you?
I know. Talk more.
Yeah, exactly.
Talking.
Let's talk about plastics, right? Because, and this is harsh. Listen, I just keep it real. Right, I just keep it real. It's controversial, but I must say it because that's how I feel. Right, I don't associate with a lot of Liverpool fans, be it on social. When I go to Anfield or when I go away traveling in Europe and stuff, it's different. But on socials, I can't. Like, they're so reactionary. They're so knee jerk. Like, I don't want to call anyone a plastic, but I just my view.
That's what they are because they're not real fans.
I don't like to do the labeling thing, but I'm not like you. I'm not like them. That's what I've realized. I'm not like them. And I'm concerned. Like I saw it was exploding on socials over the weekend and there was a lot of attacking each other and stuff and people saying, oh, you guys are bringing the Arsenal TV type thing to Liverpool with all your podcasts and comments, and other podcasts were getting attacked and stuff by fans from Liverpool, I guess, from Scousers. And I'm just feeling like, I really don't want that Arsenal TV type vibe. Like
No.
Arsenal TV, lots of respect for what they're doing
Yeah.
and whatever, but I just don't want that for my club. I really don't. Like, I want a bit more of a balanced discussion, a bit of a balanced debate. Yes, we're not happy. Everyone wants improvement, but you know, that whole reactionary thing is just not. Do you know what I mean? It's not the way. Stoney, what's your view on that?
I'm probably similar to you as well, and I think it's important to also be rational with your thoughts, with our thoughts as well. I think it's also to be honest with ourselves and true to the project that our club's actually doing. And as you said, I'm probably similar to you as well. You know, the project that they're doing over Arsenal Fan TV, that's fine for them. They have a lot of viewers, so that's fine. Really happy for everybody involved in that. But you know, probably going back to what you were saying before with the Liverpool fans, everybody's always going to have their own opinion, and that is just the beauty of football. Period. But as you said about the reaction and the emotion and carrying on crazy, I don't need that. I actually don't need that noise around me anyway. I'm probably similar to you. I've got a lot of Liverpool fans and supporters, because there's a difference.
I agree.
With a wealth of knowledge, but there's a lot of times I have to remove myself from their environment, and I really do. And it's not that I'm not in a position to actually hold my own when dialogue on different issues to do with our club actually happen. But sometimes I'm speaking with people who support our club, and their views are just so far-fetched. It's just not even worth entertaining. It's not even worth it.
Absolutely, I concur. Pato, what are your thoughts? Do you agree with what Stoney's saying?
Totally agree with you all, guys.
Absolutely. So let's fire through some more questions. I think Alan, Ice Pick, Mafosa, thank you for your comments, sir. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you become a regular with us. He's saying, I'm guessing he's talking about my comments on Brendan Rodgers. A bit harsh there, but facts in what you're saying. Thank you, sir. Thank you. You know, I'm not one for just attacking people. I don't attack people. I like to come with a balanced argument with it. And I accept that people might have a different view. That's just how I see it. And yes, I accept it could be clouded by the fact that he left us the way he left us in dire straits in that way. So I don't know, but it is where it is. Big up to Solo 1979 Herlock. Thanks for tuning in, sir. And then Alan's come back with another comment. I don't think any manager in the Prem would be where we are in the league now with all the injuries we've had, plus errors in games. He's a target for pundits because they get a buzz off it socially. I think he's spot on. We've just covered that. I think he's absolutely spot on. And so to the end of the show, where we usually do this, cringe, score predictions. I see Jim the Red is saying United beat Leipzig 5-0. Different time. I think different time. Or is that this season?
No, that wasn't fun. He must have been playing FIFA. I don't think that. Wasn't that a 3-2? Didn't Leipzig beat Man United 3-2? Or I may have been wrong. I'm sure it was 3-2.
I'm not sure, you know. I'm not sure. But straight into it. What's your prediction, Stoney? I know you don't like to do it.
Yeah, no, I don't mind doing it. I just know that it's not going to be a 0-0 draw. That's one thing I do know.
Brilliant.
As I said, in the tournament, I was mentioning about the previous scores that RB Leipzig, you know, I've actually had. I just believe it's going to be similar to the Goal Fest when we played against Man City, and we're going to win 5-4. I really, really, really do believe that it's going to be an open game. 5-4. Liverpool 5-4.
Okay. Pato, what are you saying? What do you think the score's going to be?
To be honest, it could be a draw because it's two legs. Sometimes the aim of the games just don't concede, is it? Go over there, don't concede, come home, let's finish the rest of it. It's like two halves, basically. Yeah. So first half, take it easy. Second half, let's score.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. No, I think let's go for the win.
Yeah.
Because as you say, away goal counts as two. Yeah. Always better, of course. And we do like to go away and score, of course. So yeah I'm going to go for 2-0 win Liverpool.
2-0. Okay. I personally, I don't see us keeping a clean sheet at the moment, just because we're going through the process of, you know, acclimatizing a new defensive partnership and all of that. And, you know, so I see us conceding, but I see us having enough going forwards because the guys were starting to look sharp again. The movement against Leicester City was exemplary. Firmino was out of this world with that double back heel. And Salah's just, whether he's in poor form or not, the guy just knows how to put the ball in the back of the net. So I definitely see us getting goals. I definitely see them causing us problems. But I think we just edge it. Alan, ice pick. Mafosa says 3-1. I'm going to go 3-2. I'm going to go 3-2. It's 2-3 to make it the right way round.
Okay.
2-3 to us. That's what I see. But fantastic. Look, guys, it's been a pleasure spend this time with you breaking things down. I think we've covered a lot today. I'd like to thank all our viewers. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you every time. It's all love. And listen, feel free, comment on our show. You're part of this and we love it. Please share, tell your friends about us. Well, don't forget to hit that bell so you get the notifications when we're up and when we run. Pato, thank you very much. We're already waving the scarves and stuff. Thank you very much.
Because Champions League is magical. We always become magical on Champions League. And it's just what Klopp needs, a win. Come on, boys.
He does need one. Let's
give us a win. Give your boss a win.
Get in for Klopp. Let's get in for Jürgen. And Stoney, thank you for bringing the sensible calmness to our show. It's brilliant. Thank you very much, sir. All right. So if without further ado, guys, thank you very much. And we'll see you on the other side when we review the show. Thank you very much.
Perfect.
Bye, everyone. Stay safe.
Come on, you Red.